Hey everybody, we are the Movie Buff Pains, and today we're going to be doing an overview of our Disney Blu-ray collection.
Yeah, so first we're going to show you just the alphabetical ones that we have in the room here with us, and then at the end we'll show you the couple of Steelbooks we have, as well as our Disney on 4K. This video isn't going to include our DVDs, however in the future we'll probably do a DVD collection video.
So we'll go ahead and get started. The first title up is 101 Dalmatians. This is the Diamond Edition that we own, which is really a really nice version. Mm-hmm. It's very shiny.
Yeah, that movie stresses me out.
Anything with cute animals seems to stress you out.
Anything where a dog is in distress or a cat, I can't handle it. Next up we have 101 Dalmatians 2, Patch's London Adventure. I had to read that whole long title. At the time this was only available at Target. I think Disney Movie Club later released an edition of it, but This is the special edition that we have.
Yeah, this was the original Blu-ray release of it. So that was really cool. Next one is a 2-movie collection. This is The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, along with Fun and Fancy Free. And nice thing about this edition, actually, it also has a little sticker there in the middle that shows that it includes The Reluctant Dragon as well, which I'm not sure if they ever released separately on a disc at all. They included it as a special feature, which was really cool. So it's really like 3 movies together in a collection.
Cool.
And I really like this. We bought this one on our honeymoon.
Yeah,
if
I was just about to mention that.
We've had this one for a long time.
Yeah. Next up, we have the first of our Disney nature films, and that's African Cats.
We actually haven't really watched a lot of these yet, but I've heard that most all of the Disney nature films are pretty decent.
Yeah. We were just on the quest to collect them all.
Yeah.
With their beautiful slipcovers.
It's unfortunate, of course, they'll never release any more physical ones, because right off the bat when Disney Plus started, like, I don't know, a couple months after, they were like, here are 2 new Disney nature specials. It was like,
yeah,
oh. Wow.
That's unfortunate. Next up, we have the classic Aladdin. This is the animated version, obviously. This is the Best Buy lenticular slipcover for the Diamond Edition. I wish Best Buy still did these. I don't think they really do.
No, they switched over to doing Steelbooks on everything. It was really nice when they did lenticular covers. I thought Disney did a lot better job on the lenticulars, honestly, than making the Steelbooks.
Yeah, but this is a really good film. One that I didn't really appreciate when I was younger, but when I watched it a few years ago, I really loved it. And I'd probably say that for a lot of these Disney animated films. I don't know why, but I didn't love them when I was a kid, but I ended up having a really good appreciation for them when I got older.
Next up, another 2-movie collection. These are the Aladdin sequels, The Return of Jafar and Aladdin and the King of Thieves. This was a movie club exclusive release. And of course, couldn't be without these sequels. I remember really enjoying these as a kid a lot. So I was really excited to add those to the collection.
Next one we have is Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. Sorry, I had to read that one. It's an extremely long title. It's a pretty cute movie.
Yeah, I think we only watched it once, but I remember thinking it was pretty cute.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Alice in Wonderland. This is the 60th anniversary edition. I'm really surprised they haven't actually put this through any of their lines. It never went through the Diamond editions. It hasn't gotten put on the Walt Disney Signature Collection as of yet. So maybe they'll do that in the near future. It'd be kind of cool to see if they have anything new to add to the release.
But look, guys, this will play on PS3.
Tells you how old of a release that is.
Then we have the Tim Burton live-action remake, Alice in Wonderland. This is the 3D. And I think we have all of the 3Ds that were released domestically here in the US.
Yeah, we worked really hard to do that.
Yeah.
So then, of course, we have the sequel, Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Which, funny enough, I have not seen the live-action remake, but I have seen that one.
Really?
Really.
The first one is better, in my opinion, honestly.
I don't like the Alice in Wonderland story.
Next, we have the Aristocats. This is the Disney Movie Club exclusive cover that we have, which I was really excited to get because we didn't have the slipcover for the original version, and you were able to find this one for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really cute movie.
Really enjoy this one a lot.
In case you guys couldn't tell, we kind of love cats. And there's a cat meowing right now. Next, we have another 2-movie collection. This is Atlantis, The Lost Empire, and Milo's Return.
This was the very last slipcover we needed to get for our Disney collection. It was kind of a white whale for us.
Yeah, it took us a while to find this one.
It was very much out of print, and people who had it sold it for ridiculous amounts of money, and then we finally found it for a good deal, so we were really happy about that finally. I mean, it took us only, 5-6 years?
Yeah.
But yeah, Atlantis, really good movie, honestly. I think one of the better ones to come out of the early 2000s. Next up, we've got Babes in Toyland. I don't really know too much about this one, actually, but it definitely intrigues me.
And that was the last, Blu-ray we needed for the collection.
Yeah, it was, actually.
Other than the exclusives, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Next, we have the Diamond Edition of Bambi.
Yeah, that came out in the Walt Disney Signature Collection, too, but the cover for the Diamond Edition looks so much nicer in my personal opinion, so that's why we kept that one. Then we've got Bambi 2. This is actually one of the rare, good direct-to-video sequels, I think, in my personal opinion. I really actually enjoyed this one.
We have another Disney nature film, Bears.
Beauty and the Beast, the 3D Diamond Edition. Probably one of the coolest covers in the collection, I think, honestly.
Yeah, that's a really beautiful release.
Really beautiful. We got lucky with this one, too. It had also been out of print for a while.
Yeah.
And they hadn't come up with the Signature Collection edition yet, so this was a really good find. We were so excited.
Yeah, and when we initially started collecting Disney, we weren't buying the 3D releases, so we had a lot of, the standard Diamond Editions of these, and then we wanted to get the 3Ds, so we had to go back and rebuy them, but we luckily got some great deals on all of these.
We really did.
Next, we have the sequel to Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas. I believe this was a Disney Movie Club exclusive, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it was. I remember that one being a pretty decent sequel. Then we've got the live-action remake of Beauty and the Beast. Pretty good one, in my opinion.
Didn't really care for that one. This one is one of my dad's favorites, Bedknobs and Broomsticks. I still don't think I've ever seen it.
One of those Disney movies where they did a blend of live action and animation in the same film, and it actually was pretty decent.
Those always weirded me out when I was a kid.
Next, we've got Bedtime Stories. I think this one's actually a pretty cute Adam Sandler film, in my opinion.
Then we have a trilogy here, probably one of the best trilogies of all time. Beverly Hills Chihuahua, Beverly Hills Chihuahua 2, and Beverly Hills Chihuahua 3, Viva la Fiesta.
Next, we've got the BFG.
This next one is actually a UK import. This is the 3D edition of Big Hero 6. I believe when we bought this one and the other one that we have from the UK, we were kind of hoping to get all of the 3D editions that are available around the world, but then we quickly realized that was a pretty unattainable goal, because over in the UK, if I'm not mistaken, they still release everything on 3D, so there was just no way we were going to keep up. But I do love this movie.
If Disney owns it, there's a 3D release. I mean, they do everything. The cartoons, the live action, Marvel, it's crazy. Next, we've got Bolt. This is the 3D Blu-ray release. This was a really cute film. I think we both really enjoyed this one.
Oh, yeah, that's a cute one.
And one of our cats really enjoys it, too.
She loves the hamster.
She loves watching the hamster in the ball. I think she thinks she can catch it.
Maybe one day, Ashes. And then we have another Disney nature film, Born in China. Those adorable pandas on the front.
Next, we've got Brave. This is the 3D Blu-ray release.
Probably my least favorite Pixar film.
Really, I really enjoy that one.
Then we have Bridge to Terabithia.
Now see, that one, I don't think I liked as much.
I don't remember it.
Another 2-movie collection. We got Brother Bear and Brother Bear 2.
And then we have a Pixar film that I actually really love, and that is A Bug's Life.
I feel like that one's honestly kind of an underrated one.
Yeah.
Doesn't get mentioned nearly as much.
I grew up with this one, and then going to California Adventure and riding all the Bug's Life rides. That was fun.
That was really fun.
Yeah, it's a really cute film, actually.
Next up, we've got a couple of Disney Channel movies, actually. We have Camp Rock and Camp Rock 2, The Final Jam.
I wish they would release the actually good Disney Channel movies on Blu-ray.
Yeah, it's nice that they're on Disney Plus for nostalgia and all, but it would be nice to have physical copies of some of those movies.
Yeah. And then we have the 3D Blu-ray of Cars, another one that I grew up with that I enjoy quite a bit.
Then we've got the 3D Blu-ray of Cars 2.
And then we have Cars Toon, Meters Tall Tales.
I remember always really enjoying these shorts. They're fun. They're cute. Then we've got Celebrating Mickey, which is just a collection of some of the more famous Mickey Mouse cartoons, including like Steamboat Willie and a lot of the other early ones.
And then we have the Cheetah Girls One World. In case we haven't mentioned it so far, I believe we have an almost entirely complete Disney Blu-ray collection, save for the few Disney Movie Club exclusives that we don't have.
That's true. I think we have gone through and gotten everything that Disney has released on Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm. So if that explains some of the lesser titles that we have.
Yes. Wait, you're saying you're not a big Cheetah Girls fan?
Not particularly, no.
Oh.
No.
Next one we got is the 3D Blu-ray of Chicken Little. I feel like this is another one that's kind of underrated because it's actually pretty fun.
Then we have another Disney nature film, Chimpanzee.
You're just getting all the Disney nature films in this.
Apparently.
Then we've got the 3D Blu-ray release of A Christmas Carol. This is the one with Jim Carrey. I actually really enjoy this version.
Yeah, directed by Robert Zemeckis. It's a good one. Got Christopher Robin starring Ewan McGregor, and I was pleasantly surprised by this one. I thought it was pretty enjoyable. Having grown up with Winnie the Pooh and all that, it was a pretty good experience in the theater.
Kind of one of the recent live-action movies that kind of went under the radar, honestly.
Yeah.
Next we have The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I really enjoy this film. It's actually, I think, just a really good adaptation of the original book. I wish they had been able to continue making more of the Narnia books into movies.
And then we have The Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian.
Next we have the Diamond Edition of Cinderella. This is another one that got released in the Walt Disney Signature line, and I just really like this cover a lot more, so we kept this version.
Yeah. And this one is a Disney Movie Club exclusive, and it's the sequels to Cinderella, Dreams Come True, and A Twist in Time.
Then we've got the live-action remake of Cinderella. This is the Best Buy exclusive with the lenticular slip, which it's really beautiful, honestly. And I think this is one of the better live-action remakes that Disney has done in the recent, set.
Yeah, that's a good one. We got College Road Trip.
Hey, I get one of the Disney nature films next. This one is The Crimson Wing.
This was one of my favorites when I was a kid. Dinosaur. This one holds a special place in my heart.
Me too.
I remember I think it was from McDonald's, the little dinosaur that you could put on your hand and
the
talk
puppet.
with it. Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Man, would love to find one of those again.
I probably have it at my parents' house still.
Next, we've got the 70th anniversary edition of Dumbo.
I remember this slipcover took us ages to track down. It may even be the first Disney nature release.
It was.
And that's Earth. And you can tell by the style of the slipcover that this was a pretty early release for them. And yeah, that slip took us a while to come across.
It did. Next up, we've got 8 Below.
And if you thought 101 Dalmatians stressed me out, yeah, this one really stressed me out.
Yeah.
It's a good film, though.
It is really good.
And then we got a double feature here with The Emperor's New Groove and Kronk's New Groove. I don't think I've ever seen Kronk's New Groove, but I've always really liked Emperor's New Groove. That's a really underrated Disney movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, Emperor's New Groove is great. Kronk's New Groove it's okay for a direct-to-disc. Why don't you take the next one? You seem really excited.
Yes, I love this movie, which may come as a surprise to some people, but I've loved it since the day it came out, and I can watch this at any time, and I just love it. And that's Enchanted.
Really fun movie. Really took the normal Disney formula and kind of flipped it around, I guess.
Yeah, made it a lot better.
And Amy Adams.
Yeah, at the time, I was still at that stage where, I hated everything about Disney princesses. But then this came out, and I was like, hey, this is the way you do a Disney princess movie. And yeah, Amy Adams is awesome in it. James Marsden, Patrick Dempsey. I just remember really loving this when it came out, and I still do.
Then another 2-movie collection. This is Fantasia and Fantasia 2000. I really enjoyed both of these films a lot.
I remember I ordered this for him for his birthday or something, and I bought it off Hastings' website, just hoping that it would come with the slipcover, and it somehow did. It came with a completely mint slipcover.
Yeah, I was really excited when you got that for me.
Yeah, and that's not the only time that happened with Hastings' website, so Needless to say, I miss Hastings. And this is probably one of my favorite animated films of all time, if not my favorite animated film of all time, and that's Finding Nemo. This is the 3D edition. This is just an amazing film. I love this one.
Really is. Great film. Then we've got the 3D Blu-ray of Finding Dory. And this was a really good follow-up, honestly, especially for how long it came after the original.
Yeah, all the people that saw Finding Nemo when they were kids were completely grown up and were excited to go see it anyways.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a good sequel. Then we have The Finest Hours. This one was just okay.
Yeah.
Nothing too memorable.
Another 2-movie collection, The Fox and the Hound and The Fox and the Hound 2. I really love the original movie. It was really fun, but also really, really sad.
A lot of Disney movies are.
Seems that way, huh?
And I'm not the world's biggest Tim Burton fan at all, but this one I do really enjoy, and that's Frankenweenie. It's a really cute film.
Next, we've got Frozen. This is the Movie Club exclusive cover.
I cannot stand this movie.
Yeah, Frozen Mania kind of just overdid it for too long.
Yeah.
But I still enjoy the movie from time to time, honestly, myself. And I really do like this cover. I like it a lot better than the original Blu-ray release.
And then like Big Hero 6, we picked up the UK Blu-ray 3D of this one.
Next, the 3D Blu-ray of G-Force. Bunch of talking guinea pigs.
Maybe Ashes would like that one.
That is true.
And then we have The Game Plan with The Rock. This was kind of when he was delving into family-friendly films a little bit more.
And when he still had hair.
Yeah.
He's a lot better bald, honestly.
Yeah, he looks a lot better now.
Then there's the 3D Blu-ray of Ghosts of the Abyss. This is actually a documentary by James Cameron involving the Titanic wreck, which I haven't watched this one yet, but I'm really intrigued by it, especially since I like the movie Titanic. I should watch this.
Yeah. Then we have Glory Road. Don't believe I've ever seen this one.
Really good sports film from Disney. Disney did a good string of sports films for a while, and Glory Road was definitely one of the good ones. The 3D Blu-ray of The Good Dinosaur. This is one I thought was really cute, honestly. It's not the best of Pixar's work, but it's still...
It may be the most beautifully animated, though.
That is true.
That one is stunning to look at.
The scenery and backgrounds in this movie they look realistic, honestly. They are that well done. So good on you, Pixar.
Yeah, when you throw it on, you could probably lie for the first 5 minutes and say that it's like a nature documentary, and someone would probably believe you.
Seriously.
Until they see the dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we have The Great Mouse Detective. This was another later pickup that we got. It took us quite a while to find this slipcover.
Really one of the good, darker films that Disney put out, I think.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Then we've got The Greatest Game Ever Played, another one of Disney's sports films. This one's got Shia LaBeouf in it, actually. A lot younger, probably fresh off of his Disney career.
And then we have Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus Best of Both Worlds concert.
Obviously,
obviously
one of the releases, had to get it to complete the collection.
My completist.
Yes. Then we've also got Hannah Montana the movie.
Found that one at a pawn shop at least. It was
yeah,
only a couple dollars.
That's true. We did find it at a pawn shop, so at least it wasn't too much.
And we have The Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy, based on the classic Disney ride.
And then Heavyweights.
That's a really cute one. I liked that one when I was younger.
I'm trying to think if I've ever actually seen this one.
I don't think you have.
I'll need to watch that one then.
Mm-hmm. And we have Hercules.
Definitely one of my favorites that came out in the 90s. Then we've got another amazing trilogy here. We've got High School Musical, High School Musical 2, and High School Musical 3 Senior Year. I think I've never even seen the third one. I've seen the other two, but I never saw this one.
I think I'm the same way. After I saw the second one, I was like, there's just no need whatsoever to see another one.
Yeah.
This one is a Target exclusive, one of our favorite movies to watch on Halloween, and that's Hocus Pocus.
A beautiful addition, too. They actually outdid themselves with this one.
Yeah, it's a really nice edition. It's actually like a slipcover over a digibook. So there's the front, the back. Funny story with this one. I hated this movie when I was a kid for some reason. I honestly don't know why. And then Andrew got me to watch it again when I was older, and I was like, yeah, this movie's awesome. So,
definitely required watching for Halloween.
yeah, then it has a gallery book inside. So really just a great release. Yeah, now it's coming out on 4K, so we'll have to pick that up as well.
We've got Home on the Range, one of Disney's lesser movies. It's entertaining, but definitely not as good as some of the other fare they've put out.
I think I saw that one in the theater. Don't think I've seen it since. And then this is another 2-movie collection of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. So it's got both films in it.
The first one is honestly an amazing classic. The second one is probably, it's pretty universally agreed, it's one of the worst Disney sequels to ever come out.
All right.
Then we have got The Incredibles.
Classic Disney movie.
Seriously.
Love that one.
Really great. Really good original superhero film.
I love the score.
Oh, yes.
And then another one of my favorite Pixar films, Inside Out. This is the 3D edition. Having come from like a psychology background, I can really look back at this film and appreciate it now. And the way that it simplifies emotions, which are perhaps the most complex thing that you can try to teach your children. So I really appreciate this film for that reason. It's a really good film.
So good. Probably one of Pixar's best. Then we've got Into the Woods, which this was a pretty decent musical. I enjoyed myself watching this one, and it's got a really good cast to it, honestly, which was the big draw.
Mm-hmm. I actually like that one too. Then we have Invincible with Mark Wahlberg. Pretty good film.
I think that's up there almost next to Remember the Titans for Disney's football films, honestly. It's a really good story. Then we've got James and the Giant Peach, one of the few Disney stop-motion pictures.
Got the 3D release of John Carter. I've never seen this one.
I actually thought that was pretty enjoyable. I was sad they never made a sequel. Another masterpiece, we have got the Jonas Brothers 3D concert experience. And don't worry, we're not talking the good 3D. We're talking get those paper glasses out 3D.
One of my childhood favorites here, The Jungle Book. And this is, of course, the Diamond Edition.
And, of course, The Jungle Book 2.
And then we have the live-action remake directed by Jon Favreau, Jungle Book. This is the 3D release, which this is one of those annoying ones where they released like a standard Blu-ray and then like 2 or 3 months later released the 3D.
Oh, that was so annoying.
Yeah, but we're chumps, so we bought it.
Next, we've got the Diamond Edition of Lady and the Tramp. This is I think one of the other examples from Hastings, was it? She bought this not knowing it would come with this slip, and it's in pristine condition, and it is beautiful.
Yeah, and this was back when Disney actually did 2 different versions for their Diamond Editions. One was a silver border and one was a gold border, because I believe there was like a digital copy in this one.
Mm-hmm.
And it happened to come with this one, which it wasn't even the one that was pictured, so that was a super cool find. Yeah, I really miss Hastings. You get some good stuff from them. And then we have Lady and the Tramp 2 Scamp's Adventure. One thing I wish is that Disney Plus would put out the live-action remake on disc, because I actually really like that one.
That one actually was really good. We've got another 2-movie collection. This one is Lilo and Stitch with its sequel. Really good films, both of those actually.
Then we have the 3D release of The Lion King. Obviously a classic.
Really nice cover too. I actually saw this one when they re-released it in theaters. It was so much fun. Then we've got Lion King 1.5.
The Lion King 2 Simba's Pride.
Really good one in my opinion. Then we have the 3D Blu-ray release of The Little Mermaid. Really beautiful cover.
Yeah. Then a 2-movie collection with the sequels to The Little Mermaid. We've got Ariel's Beginning and Little Mermaid 2 Return to the Sea. Oh, I hate that movie.
The Lone Ranger. I really enjoyed this film, actually.
I did not. We watched that when we were dating, and I was like, I don't know about his movie taste. Then we have Maleficent. This one surprised me. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit.
Angelina Jolie was really good in that.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Was a must-watch when I was like 5 years old.
Mars Needs Moms 3D.
The 50th anniversary edition of Mary Poppins.
McFarland USA.
The 3D Blu-ray release of Meet the Robinsons. Really fun film.
Yeah, I love that one. Mickey's Christmas Carol.
A 2-movie collection with Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas and Twice Upon a Christmas.
$1 Million Arm.
Miracle.
And then we have the 3D release of Moana.
Another Disney nature film, Monkey Kingdom.
One of my childhood favorites. This is Monsters, Inc., the 3D Blu-ray. Really love this movie.
So much fun. The 3D Blu-ray of Monsters University.
Pretty solid sequel, prequel.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Morning Light, one I had never heard of till we bought it a couple months ago.
2-movie collection with Mulan and Mulan 2.
I've always loved Mulan. That's a great movie.
Seriously good.
The Muppet Movie.
The Muppet Christmas Carol.
Muppet Treasure Island and The Great Muppet Caper.
The Muppets.
I've always wanted to see that one. I don't think I ever have, though.
You haven't seen this one?
No, but I love Amy Adams and Jason Segel. So.
Yeah, you need to see this one.
And Muppets Most Wanted. Also haven't seen this one. But you got Ty Burrell and Tina Fey, so another one I need to watch.
I would have said more about these movies, but I could probably go on for far too long about the Muppets, so I just kept my mouth shut.
Yeah, he loves the Muppets.
Then we've got National Treasure and National Treasure 2. Still waiting on whenever they're going to put the third entry out.
Newsies.
The Nightmare Before Christmas. This is the 3D Blu-ray release. Really like this one a lot.
Another early Disney nature release, and that is Oceans.
The Odd Life of Timothy Green.
Olaf's Frozen Adventure.
Old Dogs, which this one's pretty cute, especially having Travolta and Williams in it.
Oh, I love this movie. Oliver and Company.
That's a cute film.
Yeah, I loved watching this one when I was little.
Then we've got 2 different versions of Oz the Great and Powerful here. We have got the regular Blu-ray release, and then also the 3D Blu-ray release.
And then we have Pete's Dragon. I remember a kid that my mom used to babysit. This was the only movie that he would watch. So I probably saw it like 14 times in like 2 months.
Oh.
And yeah, I do not like this movie.
The live-action remake, on the other hand, I thought was really good.
Yes, that greatly improved upon the movie.
Really, really cute story in this one, honestly.
Yeah, it's not the same thing at all, which is a very good thing. Let's leave that one in the past, because this one is much better.
No one really talks about this one either, actually.
No, it's underrated. I like it. Then we have the Diamond Edition of Peter Pan.
Then we have Return to Neverland.
Then this is the Platinum Edition of Pinocchio, the 70th anniversary. I just recently picked this one up for him because he wanted to own the couple of Platinum Editions that made it to Blu-ray. And this was one of them.
And then we do have also the Walt Disney Signature Collection version of Pinocchio. This is the Best Buy exclusive lenticular.
Mm-hmm. Then we got a Tinkerbell movie here, Pirate Fairy.
Then we have another series, and I actually do mean it when I say that this one is actually really good. This is probably one of my favorite film series, actually. And that is Pirates of the Caribbean. We have Curse of the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, At World's End, and the 3D Blu-ray edition of On Stranger Tides.
Then we have some Pixar short films collections here. Here's the first one. Just recently decided to pick these up finally.
And we were lucky to find them all with their slipcovers too.
Mm-hmm. There's collection 2 and collection 3.
Then we've got the 3D Blu-ray edition of Planes, along with its sequel, Planes, Fire and Rescue.
Then we have Pocahontas and Pocahontas 2, Journey to a New World.
Then we've got Prep and Landing and Prep and Landing, Naughty and Nice.
And I apologize for any meowing that you're hearing in the background. In case you guys didn't know, we have 6 cats, and that's just one of them. Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time.
I thought that one was a pretty entertaining film. Then we have The Princess and the Frog.
Then we have The Princess Diaries and The Princess Diaries 2, Royal Engagement. I actually always really enjoyed these movies, especially the first one. My first introduction to Anne Hathaway when I was a kid.
Mine too.
Yeah, they're fun movies. And we were lucky to get the slipcover off of eBay. So.
Yeah. Next we have Prom.
Queen of Katwe.
Race to Witch Mountain.
Ratatouille, which I know this is one of Andrew's all-time favorites.
Probably one of my favorite Pixars ever.
As you can see, it was a very early Blu-ray release based on this slipcover design here.
Remember the Titans, probably one of Disney's best sports films.
You have The Rescuers and The Rescuers Down Under.
Robin Hood,
The Rocketeer.
pretty corny one, but also really enjoyable.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this one.
The Rookie,
Roving Mars.
another one we didn't really know the existence of before we bought it. Santa Buddies, The Legend of Santa Paws.
One of the many Buddies movies that we have in here.
Yes.
Then we have a trilogy here. I really only enjoy the first one, but that's just me. You got the Santa Claus.
Classic.
Santa Claus 2.
I enjoy that one.
It's okay. This one's really not good in my opinion. And Santa Claus 3.
Then back to the buddy films, we've got The Search for Santa Paws,
Santa Paws 2, The Santa Pups.
Saving Mr. Banks,
Secret of the Wings, the 3D edition.
Secretariat,
Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure. Don't know.
Completionists. The Walt Disney Animation Studios Short Films Collection.
Sky High, always a fun one to watch.
The next one is probably one of my favorite classic Disney films of all time, so I've got a few editions to show off. First, we've got the Platinum edition of Sleeping Beauty. I think this might have been the first Blu-ray that Disney did. It was either this or the Pinocchio we showed earlier, and so I definitely had to have this for the collection. Then there was the Diamond edition of Sleeping Beauty. This is the Best Buy exclusive lenticular, which I was really excited for. And then this is probably my favorite edition of the movie, honestly. This is from the Walt Disney Signature Collection. This is the Target exclusive of Sleeping Beauty. Really beautiful packaging, great artwork all around.
Snow Buddies. And then we have the Signature Collection edition of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And this was always my favorite Disney princess movie growing up. I know that's kind of an unpopular opinion, but I always liked this film.
And that one's the Best Buy exclusive cover. Then we have The Sorcerer's Apprentice,
We got Space Buddies, Spooky Buddies, and Super Buddies.
The Sword and the Stone,
Alright, next we have the 3D edition of Tangled. I personally think this one is really overrated. Everybody was loving it when it came out, but it's not one of my favorites.
I really like the cover on that version, actually. I think it's a little better than the original release. Tarzan,
This is probably the first movie that I remember seeing in theaters.
probably one of the early ones for me, too.
I remember I got like a straw from like McDonald's or something, and it would do like the Tarzan yell. And I'm pretty sure one of my sisters threw it away when I wasn't looking because it annoyed everybody so much. And we have the Three Musketeers.
The Tigger movie,
And we got a bunch of Tinkerbell movies here. First one is Tinkerbell. And this slipcover took us a really long time to find. I had never seen it in the wild, never saw it on eBay. And then randomly we found it at a local record store. And that was kind of a white whale for us. I could care less about the movie, to be honest, but I was really excited to find the slipcover.
seriously, finding that was amazing.
And then we have Tinkerbell and the Legend of the Never Beast, Tinkerbell and the Lost Treasure, and Tinkerbell and the Great Fairy Rescue.
Then we have Tomorrowland.
I actually like that one.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
And obviously one of my favorite Disney and Pixar films, and that is Toy Story. Got the shirt to match. I don't remember seeing this one in theaters because it came out when I was probably like 6 months old, but I'm pretty sure I saw the second one in theaters, and this is just a huge part of me growing up. And then I remember when the third one came out, I want to say I was in like middle school or maybe about to high school, so yeah, it's just been a huge part of my growing up. And this was a huge feat in animation, the first 3D animated movie from Disney Pixar. And yeah, it's just a great film. It doesn't hold up entirely with like the animation standard nowadays, but it's still one that I like to go back and revisit often.
It was definitely a good film. I always really liked the story. I thought it was so original. That brings us to the first sequel, Toy Story 2. This was one of my first memories of going to the theater. And I just remember having a blast seeing this because I used to watch Toy Story all the time on VHS as a kid. So going to see a new Toy Story at the theater was amazing.
Yeah, that's a really fun sequel, really worthy sequel to the original. And then we have Toy Story 3, the 3D edition.
That one took us a minute to find.
Yeah, it did. I think we just got it like a month ago, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the 3D took us a while to find. But it's a great movie.
Then we've got a couple of the Toy Story shorts. We have Toy Story of Terror and Toy Story That Time Forgot.
Yeah, those are both really cute.
Yeah, they really were.
I especially like Toy Story of Terror. I like to throw that on Halloween every year. Treasure Buddies.
Treasure Planet, probably one of my favorite of the newer Disney films to come out.
And these next two we actually just watched recently. It was my first time seeing either of them. And that is Tron and Tron Legacy. Tron Legacy is the 3D. Actually really liked both of these films. I was really surprised.
Yeah, really fun to watch. And I'm excited that they're making another one. I'll be interested to see if they do good with a third entry.
Alright, next we have Up. I know, super unpopular opinion, but I do not really like this one. I will admit it's been several... Oh man.
I like giving her a hard time.
It's been several years since I've seen this one, so I probably need to go back and watch it again. I didn't like it that much when I saw it in theaters, but... How about you?
Oh, I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's the 3D edition, by the way.
WALL-E, which I think this is one of Pixar's better films, definitely.
Yeah,
so
that
fun.
one, however, I love. That's a good one. Disney's answer to the success of Madagascar, we have The Wild. I don't think I've even watched this one, but one of those ones where it came out the same year. It's basically the same movie made by a different studio.
Definitely didn't compare anything compared to Madagascar. The last of our Disney nature films, Wings of Life.
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh, Springtime with Roo.
And Winnie the Pooh, A Very Merry Pooh Year. I remember being really surprised by this one when I went and saw it in theaters, because I'm not the world's biggest Disney fan. However, a few of these movies I just absolutely love, and this is one of them, and that's Wreck-It Ralph. This is the 3D cover. I think what they did with the video game story idea was so creative and so original, and it was just so much fun seeing like a lot of my favorite video game characters come to life, and the story was just really sweet and really cute, and I just love this movie.
One of the best films they've done in the recent decade.
Yeah.
And this is the 3D Blu-ray of Zootopia, which is another one that I think is just amazing personally.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Such a fun film all around, and it's beautiful too. This is probably peak Disney animation right here. So much detail in this movie. This is kind of a random entry, but we got this, I think, when we originally started getting maybe more serious about
home theater
and high definition. So that is World of Wonder. This is a disc meant to help you optimize the picture on your screen and whatnot.
Yeah, basically just a calibration disc.
Yeah.
And if any of you have the slipcover for this, let us know, because I'd actually really like that for the collection. What can I say? I love slipcovers.
Yeah, kind of a random, interesting bookend to the alphabet.
Alright, so next up we're going to show you all of our Disney Movie Club exclusive titles.
First up, we've got The Absent-Minded Professor.
The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes.
Cool Runnings.
Definitely a classic.
Seriously.
Escape to Witch Mountain. We've got the original Freaky Friday, and then the remake. I haven't seen the original in a really long time, but I grew up watching this one. I love this movie with Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis. They are just perfect in the roles.
Look at me! I know, we seem to be inside
I'm
each other.
old!
I beg your pardon.
Oh, I'm like the Crypt Keeper!
Okay, that's enough.
And then you have Chad Michael Murray and his classic, early 2000s cool guy hair. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And from what I remember, the original's really cute too.
Yeah, I've only seen the original once, and I remember it being real cute. But yeah, I mean, like you, I grew up with the remake, and that was probably my first exposure to Jamie Lee Curtis before I knew her as a Scream Queen.
Yeah, I saw Halloween first.
Next, we have got a Goofy movie and an extremely goofy movie. I love both of these movies to death. They were classics for me growing up, especially the original. It was just something that I had to view all the time when I was a little kid.
Then we have Herbie Goes Bananas. Definitely need to pick up the other Herbie movies.
Yeah. Then we've got Holes.
Then a couple more childhood favorites of mine. We've got Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Classic.
Yes. And then we have Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Hopefully, Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves comes out soon.
That would be nice if Disney would do that. I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Jungle to Jungle.
And then the original, The Love Bug.
And then we've got a trilogy here. We have The Mighty Ducks, D2, and D3. Actually never seen those.
Yeah, I remember watching those as a kid. They're all really fun. Then we got Mighty Joe Young.
Early Charlize Theron movie. Then we have the original Parent Trap as well as the remake.
Both really good, really cute films.
Yeah, I like those.
Then we have Return from Witch Mountain.
Rocket Man. I remember a teacher in high school put this on in class, and I'm like, what is this ridiculous, stupid movie? And then about halfway through, I was like, this movie is hilarious.
See, my memory is that they used to put this movie on Disney Channel constantly. So I would see it on TV.
I never saw it on Disney Channel.
I felt like it was on like every week, honestly.
That's interesting.
A double feature with Saludos Amigos and The Three Caballeros.
And we have Snow Dogs. I remember liking this one when I was little. I'm not sure how much this one would hold up now, but...
I always thought it was cute, and I imagine I'll still feel that good nostalgia with it. Son of Flubber. This is the sequel to Absent Minded Professor.
And we got another Kurt Russell movie here, The Strongest Man in the World. So as you can see, we don't have all of the exclusives, but we're well on our way, and hopefully eventually we will get all of those.
Yeah, as far as we can tell, we believe that the exclusives are the only other Blu-rays we need for Disney releases, so...
Unless you guys somehow can figure out one that we're missing, let us know. And then very randomly, we have two Disney movies on Steelbook. We're not really Steelbook collectors, we never really were. In fact, we've pretty much altogether stopped buying them. So we usually prefer the slipcover editions. However, these two have stayed in our collection, so we thought we'd show them to you.
This one we got from Zavi, and that's Pinocchio. We actually got this because at the time, the only version out was the Platinum Edition.
And it was really hard to find. I think it was already vaulted again.
Vaulted, out of print, extremely, super expensive to buy the US edition either way. So we wound up getting this wonderful steelbook from the UK.
Yeah, it's actually a really, really nice one. And then the other one is Big Hero 6, which I love this movie. And when it came out, this was by far the coolest edition, so I'm happy to have it.
Yeah, the regular Blu-ray wasn't very impressive, and so yeah, we went with getting the nicer edition, and that was one of the rare instances of doing that.
Looks like we gave our DVD away, but yeah, there's the inside. Alright, so lastly in this video we're going to show you our 4K Disney titles, and these we actually keep out on the shelf with our 4Ks, but we do separate them. There's probably going to be a lot of repeats of movies we've already shown, so we'll try to go through these pretty quickly, but we'll talk about some of the ones that we don't have other than on 4K. So first we have Aladdin, the animated film, as well as the live action remake, and I was really surprised by the remake. I actually enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was really well done, and Will Smith was great as the genie, and he had big shoes to fill with Robin Williams, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was definitely a fun film, and definitely one of the better remakes to have come out.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got Beauty and the Beast along with the live action remake, and I definitely think that the animated one's a little better in this category.
Lot better.
And it looks gorgeous on 4K, honestly, too. A Bug's Life.
Cars 2, probably the worst in the trilogy, but still enjoyable. And then Cars 3.
I thought that one was a good way to end the series, honestly. It was definitely a step up from 2.
Yeah.
The live action remake of Cinderella. Really hope that they put the cartoon one on 4K eventually as well.
Yeah, I hope so. Coco, really well done Pixar film.
Very good. Dumbo. This is another one I felt kind of flew under the radar.
Yeah, that one was a really underrated live-action remake. I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was really cute.
And then we have Finding Nemo and Finding Dory. And I remember Finding Nemo looked really fantastic on 4K, so definitely a worthy upgrade.
Definitely. Frozen and Frozen 2. And I actually kind of liked Frozen 2 a little more than the original, in my personal opinion. But I know that's not very popular usually.
Yeah, I'll probably have to give Frozen 2 a watch at some point, especially since you said it's a little darker than the first film, which I can always appreciate that. The Good Dinosaur.
The Incredibles and The Incredibles 2. Another sequel that we had to wait years for.
Yeah,
But
it was pretty good.
It was definitely a good follow-up.
Inside Out.
The Jungle Book, which I felt like this was kind of in the same vein. Like we had, we bought the Blu-ray, then we had to buy the 3D Blu-ray, and then of course they just eventually put it out on 4K.
So yeah, we bought it 3 times. Oh well.
Yeah.
Then we have The Lion King and its live-action remake. I think that the live-action remake was really unnecessary. I mean, it was kind of just a way for them to show how good of animation they are able to do. I mean, it was beautiful, but it was just really unnecessary to me. I feel like it was like a shot-for-shot remake of it and didn't really offer much new to the table.
Yeah, there wasn't a ton of new content. There were definitely a couple of things that made it pretty decent, but there were also a lot of flaws, honestly. It really was a way for Disney to show off, look how realistic we can make things look. The Little Mermaid, the Walt Disney Signature Collection edition.
And then we have Maleficent and Maleficent Mistress of Evil.
The sequel was okay, but the original was better.
Yeah, the original was a lot better in my opinion.
Mary Poppins Returns. It was okay.
Another one I cannot stand. Moana.
Monsters, Inc. and Monsters University.
The Nutcracker and the Four Realms.
It was fun, but not the greatest. This is the Target exclusive of Onward, because Disney didn't do a slipcover themselves. This looks much better anyways.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales.
The Princess and the Frog.
Ratatouille.
Tangled.
We got Toy Story 1, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3, and Toy Story 4. Which admittedly, when they announced this one, I was pretty reluctant because I felt like Toy Story 3 tied up the story so well. However, after I saw it, I really came to appreciate it and thought it was a pretty fun film. Like, Toy Story 3 really wrapped up Andy's story, but then Toy Story 4 wrapped up Woody's, and I like that about it.
Yeah, it was really good. Definitely a good way to cap it off. Up?
WALL-E, which we watched this one on 4K not too long ago. It looked gorgeous.
Really, really did. Wreck-It Ralph.
And Ralph Breaks the Internet. Definitely not as good as the original, but still enjoyable.
Definitely liked the way they pictured the internet.
Yeah, that was fun.
A Wrinkle in Time, which neither of us has even watched this one yet, actually, so
Yeah, I'm
not
not
much
too
to say.
stoked about it. I read the book when I was younger, but it just doesn't look that good. And then the very last title in our Disney collection is Zootopia. Whew, that was a lot.
That was a lot.
But yeah, we've been looking forward to doing this video for you guys for a while, so hopefully you enjoyed it. Let us know what you guys own from Disney. What is your favorite release? Do you think the 4Ks are worth picking up? And what do you guys think about Disney saying that they might not continue to do 4K catalog titles?
I know what I think.
Yeah, I'm really not happy about that, especially with a lot of the Fox catalog. I would love to see, the likes of like Fight Club come out on 4K at some point, so hopefully they change their mind, which it's not unheard of. They've changed their mind in the past, so
Maybe once all the craziness in the world calms down, hopefully.
yeah, if it ever calms down. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, we thank you guys for helping us get to 500 subscribers. When we get closer to 1,000, we're going to be doing a giveaway, so definitely keep an eye out for that. And as always, we thank you guys so much for your support, and we thank you for watching.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and we'll see you on the next one.
See ya.